Hey everyone, I'm Vern6. KV5SIX is my radio call sign. This channel normally isn't about programming so much, but I know that a lot of you know I've been a programmer forever. I just wanted to do a quick little video because it's kind of hard to show what this new little thing I created does. And so it's not exactly my normal channel content, but hopefully this is going to be useful to somebody. So the hardest thing I hate about the Ubuntu desktop, even though they have a find ability to find your cursor, your mouse cursor, it just never seemed to work very well for me. And so I don't know if you can see my mouse on the screen right now. It's at the very top. It's just kind of, I move it around and it just kind of very hard to find it. And so I wrote this little program to kind of tweak it a little bit, give me a lot more visibility to it. And I hope you like it. So this is the repo. I'll put the link in the description. And this is just kind of a simple little Python script I wrote and some bash shell scripts. And I'm going to just kind of scroll through this and walk through all of the installation process. I already did these prerequisites, so I'm not going to redo those. But I am going to just go ahead and install this on my machine here. And go over here and click this. And then got to make that executable. That's the actual Python script. And then we want to have the toggler script. Just going to copy this. Tried to make it as easy as I could. I guess I could have done an install script, but everything's just a little different on different desktops and machines, so I didn't bother that too much. And then you can run this just to kind of manually test it, you know, just kind of, and like I say here in the description, you should see a yellow circle follow, and I'll just do that right now. And now you see my mouse, it's got this little yellow circle all around it. So it's to me, I think it really improves things. And again, I'm just running this from Python, so I can hit Control-C and cancel this, and there we go. So anyhow, I like to do it as a kind of a desktop launcher and all of that too. So I think it really kind of makes it nice. So I'm gonna copy this to make the launcher. Oh, that's just a little too long for that screen, isn't it? Make that a little wider. And then we will change the script a little bit with the command line editor to put my username in there instead of the $user variable. So I did that. And you can kind of see it comes up and it created this script off this. I moved this this desktop launcher to the desktop here so you could see it. It was on another monitor. But then what we have to do is we have to make it executable. Copy that. Paste it there. That made it executable. Now we need to trust it. This should be the only line you need, but I did see that the second line sometimes is necessary depending on your version of GNOME. But we need to tell it that it's a trusted source. Okay, so now, and of course my phone's going to go off during our recording here at least, right? What would a channel be without some extra noise? And so now I'm just going to go here and show what this does. I can click on this, and then all of a sudden, you know, my cursor just has it. If I go back and I click on it again, it goes away. Pretty simple stuff, right? I'd like to add this to my applications menu so I can put it somewhere. Of course, everything's going off, all my notifications. Sorry about that. I'm going to add this to the applications menu so I can search it and pin it to the bottom bar. Okay, and now you can search it and add it, and I'll just show you what that's like. So you can see the this is the actual cursor icon that I created on the desktop. So you can pin that to your start menu down at the bottom and what have you. Then what we can do is we can add a keyboard shortcut to it. And I've already done this, but I'll bring that up. Go to keyboard, shortcuts, scroll down here to custom shortcuts. And it's just a matter of, make it whatever key you want it to be. Mine happens to be Alt-H. So I can be sitting anywhere and say, I want to have my mouse be bigger, and instead of trying to find that thing, right now it's sitting in the word WITH there on the pretty close to the top line. You can barely see that cursor. So if I just hit Alt-H, there's my my mouse, and I can kind of move that around. It does some other unique things. I can do Alt-H again, and it goes away. So there are some customizations that you can do. I talk about a little bit of them in here, but I actually want to go in and actually show you the file and the way. Let's see here. Let me just see here. Nano cursor Python, and what you can do is just go in and change things. Like, if you want to have the circle a little bit bigger, maybe you're doing a presentation. Okay, that's a little bit bigger. I did create some file or some themes, I guess you want to call it. It comes out of the box, comes with the yellow, but I'm kind of a fan that I like the cyan, and so I'll just uncomment that line. If you want to have the width of the circle, you can make it bigger or smaller here. 3 is kind of what I thought was normal. Then I can have crosshairs. I kind of like crosshairs, so I'm going to turn that on. You can change the crosshair colors. These are obviously RGB colors, and then the opacity. I've got the crosshair colors are currently set to 30%. Then sometimes it's just cool to have multiple rings, give it kind of a radar effect. And so I say true here. And again, you can kind of say how many rings you want, how far apart you want them. And it's also, I think, pretty cool to sometimes have a pulse effect. So we'll just do that. And you can go on down here. There's some other colors that I put in here for the crosshairs. And this is kind of a performance setting. Depends on your GPU. If you're getting some flicker that you don't want to have, you can kind of adjust this. And that's it. There shouldn't really have to modify anything down in here, but this is a simple Python script that I wrote. And again, you shouldn't have to modify anything. So I'll save this. All right, so now when I turn on my cursor, you can see it's cyan, it's got crosshairs, and it's pulsating a little bit. And you can adjust all of that. But to me, that was just pretty cool. So I can find it, and I can just do Alt-H again to make it go away. Compare that to the Ubuntu standard, which is just this. It's just that one time. You got to push it, and it doesn't always show up depending on what app is in focus. And so the Ubuntu standard to locate your mouse just wasn't good enough for me. And so this is what I've created. So anyhow, I hope y'all like it. Hope y'all enjoy it. And, love to hear your comments. Take care. 73.